Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the strengths and weakness of Yoda, who is the last hero left for the light side. And if you're here from any of my previous videos, welcome back. And if you're not, basically, I look at the strengths and weaknesses of each character. No star cards are taken into account for this video, and without further ado, let's just get straight into it, no long intros. So one of Yoda's biggest strengths is his small hitbox, particularly against blaster characters or infantry. He's going to be a very hard target because, well, he's about a third of the size of pretty much everyone else, so it's pretty hard to aim at him. If he's jumping through the air, just swinging around or dashing around, yeah, he's a hard target. Another one of Yoda's big strengths is his stamina. Yoda arguably has the best stamina of all the light side saber users. He can attack an equal amount of times or more times than anyone else on the light side, joined with Anakin for the best offensive stamina, and he can deflect more combined lightsaber and blaster attacks than everyone on the light side except for Obi-Wan. But I mean, Yoda smokes Obi-Wan when it comes to offensive stamina and stamina regeneration. In fact, Yoda's stamina statistics are nearly identical to Anakin, except for the fact that he can deflect 700, 650-ish more damage of blasters. That's it. That's the only difference. Other than that, they're identical. So while Yoda's really good stamina is very, very nice, yeah, you need to have a good rest of your playstyle, otherwise it's only going to do so much. Yoda also does not lose stamina from blocking Palpatine's lightning at all, which is something many players don't know, which, yeah, makes him a pretty hard counter to Emperor Palpatine, because the Unleash can charge very, very quickly when the Emperor is trying to electrocute him. And speaking of the Unleash, it can deal up to nearly 200 damage. Though it does have to be said that the area of effect is somewhat smaller than Obi-Wan's push, it's still a very good ability nonetheless. Yoda's presence is also a very good ability because it buffs your teammates. It makes him absolute god tier in HVV solely because of that. You can give all your teammates like 150 extra health, which is pretty nuts, as every teammate of yours is going to be in god mode, especially if they're playing high-powered characters like Anakin, Rey, Luke. Yep, it's just going to be an absolutely overpowered team. His presence is great in trooper modes as well, because, well, presence, Naboo throne room, last phase, need I say more? However, Yoda's not the easiest character to get hang of, and he does have a few weaknesses. First being his very, very slow swing speed. This is a bit of a weakness with Anakin, but even more so with Yoda, as despite them buffing his swing speed, he is still, by a pretty large margin, the slowest swinger in the entire game. So yeah, you're never going to be able to outspam anyone. It just won't happen. Yoda's pretty slow, and a single missed attack could almost cost you your life, because every single villain is going to be able to take advantage of it. Yoda also has a pretty big weakness in his dash. It breaks through blocks, and that's great, but it only deals 80 damage, and every villain will deal far more than that, meaning if they just trade hits with you, it becomes a big liability because they can kill you that way. And that's unfortunate reality that many people don't want to face, is that they can, and it's just not great, really. Yoda's dash is good for keeping up pressure, but it's a bit too much of a liability to really be considered a strength of his. Yoda also kind of lacks the ability to combo any of his abilities, because all he has is a push. He doesn't really have a pull like Anakin, or like an ability that only knocks them down to the floor like Rey. No, the ability knocks them away, which makes it really difficult to combo people. Plus, although presence is very good, it has a telegraphed animation which can leave you quite vulnerable sometimes. Yoda's lightsaber damage is also, well, it's kind of average, but when you combine his average damage with his low swing speed, then yeah, he's not the easiest character to get the hang of. I definitely wouldn't recommend him for new players. The slow swings, and with how trigger happy most people are, they're probably just going to die, because Kylo Ren will outspam, every villain will outspam swing you. I don't know why I said Kylo Ren. So that's why I would say for Yoda, you need to play more defensively. Wait for people to come to you, then parry. And he actually has good stamina. In saber combat, he has the same stamina as Anakin, which is more than adequate, really, against one person. So you can just parry people that way and keep up pressure with his dash. His dash becomes good when people are on low health and they're trying to run away, and then you can dash after them and you can dash through their block, but otherwise it's a liability. Anyway, sorry for the ramble, but Yoda really didn't need as much explaining as everyone else. He's honestly quite a lot more simple than all these other people, and he doesn't have as many extreme strengths and weaknesses as someone like Anakin or Luke does. So next is going to be the dark side characters. Peace out.